Are you new to the quarterback position? Or maybe you just want to build your knowledge? In this video series, QB101, we're going to be covering all the basics that you need to know. We'll be breaking down a whole bunch of different topics to not only help you succeed in the quarterback position, but to make sure you have fun doing it. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite concepts to run, and that is our 4 verts. We're being aggressive and we're trying to get yards down the field. So the most common formation we can run this out of is our 2x2 set. So how we're running this, all right, the landmarks I want to use for my receivers, the outside receivers need to get down the numbers, inside receivers need to get down the hash marks, all right? So what we're doing is we're splitting the field into 4 even parts. The most common coverage you're going to see in 9-a-side football is cover 3, all right? They got 3 deep, we got 4 deep, so we have numbers, we should be able to win this matchup. So 2 different looks you're going to get with this. Anytime we have a single high safety, which is what you're likely to get. All right, we're going to take a pre-snap read. All right, so we check where the safety is. They're in the middle of the field. All right, we're good to go. Let's check the corners. So how close are they? Are they close in man, 1 or 2 yards off? Or are they way back, 7, 8 yards? Now, they might be in between. They might be 4 or 5 yards. The most common 2 you're going to see is either they're way back, maybe 5, 6, 7 yards, or really close, all right? So this is going to determine where we want to go with the ball. If they're in man press, we are really looking to this fade, all right? If they're going to be aggressive, we're going to be aggressive back and throw this shot. Now, it's important to throw this ball high and outside. So if our receiver's here running this route, here's the sideline, this is where we want to place the ball, all right? We want to throw it outside the receiver so that the corner can't make a play on that ball, all right? So, man press, all right? We're looking to this fade. If it's not on, we want to come back inside and throw to this slot, okay? So what we're doing, we're seeing man press, they're up close. Take the snap, eyes to the safety, all right? Always take your eyes to the safety. See what they're doing, hold them in that position, because we start looking over here straight away, that safety's going to start creeping over. So we've looked out here, it's no good, and we come back, and suddenly that safety is going to make a play on the ball. So snap, eyes to the safety. We go to the fade. Is the fade on? No, it's not. We come back to the seam, all right, over here with the slot, all right? But there's a good chance if they're in man press, that fade is going to be on, all right? And we can throw that deep shot there, all right? Let's say they are not in man press. Let's say they're back, looking like some kind of zone. This defender is 6, 7, 8 yards back even, all right? What that tells us is that fade is probably not going to be on, all right? That's okay. We take the snap. Eyes to the safety, all right? You've got to hold them there. What you want to do for this, all right? Right here I've drawn it, kind of like man press on one side and zone on the other, but it's likely you're going to see the same thing on both sides, all right? What you want to do is go to the slot first, all right? Because this is more likely going to be open. So we want to look to the slot. We can throw it there if this defender heads out to the flats, or if that defender blitzes, we throw that ball straight away, all right? It doesn't have to be 15, 20 yards downfield. We can throw it 6 yards, get the completion, and they can run for a couple more yards, all right? If that's covered, then come back to the other side, all right? So if the corners are deep, all right, it's going to be hard to hit the fade. So let's focus on these 2 seam routes. We go 1 to 2. If the corners are up, then we want to take that fade shot. So let's talk about this concept from our 3x1 formation, all right? So we've got 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. So the first rule we have, all right, if we get man press over here, if they're within 1 or 2 yards, I want to take this shot straight away, all right? They're going one-on-one with us, all right? I like our chances. If they're moving back, 4 or 5 yards, maybe we want to look at that. But if they're really far back, 7, 8 yards, then the fade is not going to be on. If they are that far back, we can also start to play games where we just run a hitch over here and we're going to get a free 5 yards every time. But sticking with our 4 verts, The rules for the landmarks remain the same. So the outside receivers are both running down the numbers, and the two slots want to head to the hash marks. All right, so this one's coming across, getting to the hash marks on the left, and this one's on the hash marks on the right. So we're still splitting the field into 4 even parts, and in most coverages they're going to have 3 people deep. Now they might end up going into some kind of 2 high safety, going cover 4. We'll deal with that another time. But for now, they're most likely to stay in the same coverage and just bump across. This is what I would most likely see. All right, they're not even going to bring this linebacker across. All right, if they do, there's some other stuff we can do to counter that as well. So if we see man press over here, we are taking that fade shot. If we see man press over here, we are taking that fade shot. All right, let's say they're not. Let's say they're back, 5, 6, 7 yards. All right, I like my chances with these 2 slot receivers. Who we are reading is this safety right here, okay? They're the one that's going to take away this ball. So we're taking that pre-snap look. Corners are back. So we take the snap. First step, eyes to the safety. We need to get that safety to stay still. We need to look at them, or at least know which way they're going. This safety comes down or across, all right? We're going to be throwing it to the outside, to the right. If this safety sits back or widens out or comes down this way, then we're throwing it over here. All right. Now, it's also important to keep in mind, take that snap look to the safety. I would keep my eyes on them for about 2 steps and then come back over here. It takes a little bit of time to develop, all right, to develop this bit here. But we also want to throw the ball if they become open. So this player widens out and this kind of, this linebacker here is covering this route, we can throw that one straight away, all right? We don't want to miss out on any easy throws, especially that 5, 6, 7 yards downfield. We can go 1, 2, 3 and throw that ball straight away, all right? If they give us an open receiver, we need to be taking it, all right? So this is how we run it by 3-by-1. Remember, if we get man press, we are taking that fade shot straight away. If we're not, they're back in zone. All right, we're looking to the slots. All right, we're just making that safety wrong. All right, if you have any more questions about running 4 verts, either from a different formation or against a different defense, leave a comment and I'll be happy to answer your questions.